have trod with its crystal tide forever.
There's too many. There's absolutely too many. In the last 4 years, Tom has become my best friend in the building. But I have to tell you, there's nothing that made a discussion with Tom. You never had a discussion with Tom without him talking about his kids and without him breaking into talking about how proud he was of all 3 of his children. My last conversation with Tom happened the Saturday, 2 days before he passed away. And it was interrupted by a text message that his son Sam had just won his first wrestling match of a meet that he was at. And the look on Tom's face just lit up. It changed. His whole countenance changed. And he smiled, and the smile was radiating. And that's the way I'm going to remember Tom. Smiling, laughing, enjoying life to the full, and enjoying his kids. I miss you, Tom.
I think my fondest memory is actually how I started in the music department. 5 years ago, Mr. Barna asked me to go to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and I told him no. And while I was on the bus on the way to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and I'm still not quite sure how that happened, I was saying to myself, what the heck did I get myself into? And in all honesty, I have to thank him, because I think without him pushing me forward, I never would have been a part of the Performing Arts Department, which has become such a rewarding part of my career, as well as I don't think I ever, or I may never have played the drums again, which I think is something that I kind of lost sight of, and it's definitely something I enjoy. So I really do owe that to him. So thank you, Tom.
Flowing by the throne of God.
I had Mr. Barna for my freshman and sophomore year, and freshman year was a hard time because my grandfather passed away. And that was the first real death in my family. And when he was in a coma for about a week. And during that week, I was a wreck. I couldn't function. I was crying in every class because all I was thinking about was my grandfather. Mr. Barna, one day, when I was getting ready, putting my flute together, he saw me crying. He was like, "Carolyn, what's wrong?" And so he took me into his office, and I told him what happened. And that my grandfather was, was in a coma. He fell. He had a hemorrhage in his brain. And as I was telling him this, and my tears just kept coming out. And it was, I'm sorry, it was hard because we would talk about how my grandfather was, and that he was in the Navy, that he was a chef, and how he gave me an extra 10 years to know him. Sorry, I'm rambling on. But he was there to support me. Then afterwards, he would ask me every day how his status was doing, if my grandfather would get out of his coma, or if he was getting better, if he was improving. And he actually helped me get through that week, because I stopped crying in class. I was able to think about my work again. And that was with the help of Mr. Barna.
I would say one of my favorite moments of Mr. Barna would be having band lessons with him. He would always, during band lessons, it's one-on-one with him, and that's also where you get to see like his jokester style, and he really did a good job of mixing comedy and teaching me and Brendan Eugene how to play the trumpet. And I remember a perfect example of when we were playing and we were not getting enough air to, he would have us look at him on how he would breathe and constantly direct our eyes towards his gut to see the way he pushes air in and out. And it was a funny time, and it helped my trumpet playing ability. So that's my fondest memory of Mr. Barna.
Yes, we'll gather by the river,
I was a graduate of 2008, and I'd say my fondest memory of Mr. Barna was when he asked me to be a field major. At first, I really kind of didn't want to be a field major. I said, great, I'm going to be king of the nerds for a whole year, and it's going to be so awkward. But after a while, I kind of warmed up to it, and once I was field major, it was great, actually. I really enjoyed it, and it stayed with me for a long time. And I was really happy that that he chose me to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that probably my fondest memory of Mr. Barna was when I was a junior. I went to him and I said, I want to be an assistant field major. And he was like, well, all you've been doing the past 2 years is carrying a flag because you're an oboist, and that's what you do in marching band when you play the oboe. And he was like, but if you really want to, you can try it. So I tried. I learned how to conduct. It became an important part of my life, and I went on to be a music education major at SUNY Fredonia, and I have to say that he was a mentor to me and a very important part of my life, and I am now a certified music teacher, and I can't say enough about what he's done for me.
Hi, this is Jackie reporting for SJV TV. I'm here with Mr. Barna. So that brownie looks pretty good.
The brownie is fantastic. I mean, I got talented musicians. I didn't know they could bake as well. I may just switch them over to, take over a culinary club.
So how do you think the concert turned out?
The concert turned out better, I think, than any of us anticipated. I was really impressed. Every group seemed to get better and better and better all night long. The kids were just absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, and I was really thrilled with it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, and! This is what it's all about.
Gather with the saints by the river that flows by the throne of God. That flows by the throne